without further ado, not trying to do another 1 minute intro, but
it's been done.
Yeah, it's been done. And as always, I am Alessandro Tryhard here with your boy Calling on Clinic.
Oh man, somebody's getting pulled over now. Like
someone's getting pulled over in front of my house. That's downtown. We're used to it. But this video, we're gonna call it checking in.
Checking in.
Checking in. So,
okay.
I mean, the topic that Clinic and I were having, literally before I was like, yo, pull out the phone, let's record this shit because people need to hear our views.
Yeah.
Is, you know, the idea of checking in and the precedent of that, what that means to y'all bitches out there, and
to y'all bitches
how you're gonna misconstrue how simple it is and the simplicity of it, but more importantly, like, what the actual context that we're trying to mean when we're doing this shit is. Like, you know, I'm gonna take a stance right here.
Alright, go ahead.
And I'm gonna be like, yo, listen, when I'm checking in on you, whether you're an ex, whether you're if you're an ex, I'm only checking in on you because I'm trying to fuck.
Yeah, we said that before. I think
that was the first video, right? Like, yeah. So, like, literally the only reason I'm going to check on you and I'm be like, yo, how's your life? What are you up to? Like, oh, I heard about that shit that went down in your job or whatever. Only reason I'm liking your photos and shit is because I'm trying to fuck you. Straight. Yeah. Like, and any ex-boyfriend that's going to say otherwise, he's fucking lying to you. Because he's playing a long game. And we don't do long games on this channel.
We don't have
We're short games. We're talking about short-term memory and shit like that. Yeah. So we're short game. But I'm saying, like, when it's not an ex, when it's a potential whatever, whether it's a potential slam piece, you know, potential person you want to date. And I'm saying this from both perspectives, whether you're the girl in the situation or you're the guy, and you're checking in on a dude, you're liking a picture from a guy that you went to high school with, just because, you know, you've seen some of his profile pictures and you're like, yo, he's fire, and I'm trying to, like, peep him real quick. Or you're on his Instagram, you're sending him DMs and shit. What's the song? What's the song? It goes down in the DMs? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, that's it.
So all you're doing is you're checking in to be relevant in any situation, in any case. The issue that I have with it, and you can provide a really good example because we were talking about this before we turned the phone on, is the issue of being misconstrued. So all of a sudden, you're gonna have somebody who you're just checking in on because, you know what, there's an actual friendship. It's platonic. You're not thinking anything further than that. You've never thought anything further than that. No. And you're literally just saying to yourself, yo, I'm going to check in on this girl because, you know, I'm in the neck of the woods. You know, normally I live on this part of the city, which is west. Now I'm all of a sudden on this part of the city, which is east.
Yeah.
And I'm driving through her place. Yeah. I know she's there. We're friends and shit. And I'm not trying to make an issue of it.
Yeah.
And then it's misconstrued into, oh, you're thirsty. And you know what? Tell us your example, Clinic. Go ahead.
Well, the example is pretty simple. Is that ultimately, you know, I drive a lot and whatnot, and I don't really have the time that I used to have before, where I could just like pop into people and then schedule and shit. So, you know, there's a certain route I take where I'm completely out of the neck of the woods. I'm just like nowhere near my place, and then, you know, have a friend that, you know, we've talked, and then we you know, we've been out, we've been doing things, but, you know, we had like deep conversation about things, right? So it opened up my eyes to certain things, and then ultimately I always made sure that, hey, you know, even on my phone, I told them, and, you know, they can think it's a lie, they can think it was just a line to get some shit. It wasn't. I'm like, listen, if there's anything going on, right, you're one of the few contacts, including, you know, Tryhard, including my family members, where if you ring the phone enough, my phone's just gonna ring. Like, even if I put it on do not disturb, because that I have a specific list on my phone, right? All those people have stars in them. So my phone will fucking break and then fucking hit me by a hammer, with a hammer, to make sure that I'm awake for those people. And I told her, yo, listen, like, if there's anything going on, you know, I'm ready to show up, I'm ready to talk to and whatever. And it wasn't on some, I'm trying to get some, look, I'm good right now, okay? Like, if I want to get some, I get some, you know? Like, I literally turned down a girl today saying, oh, well, I'm dating, although I'm not, but just to let her down easy and be like...
Just in case she's a listener.
Right.
The real story.
Right. Because I'm like, look, she's been good to me. There's no point of being like, nah, I didn't feel you like that, you know what I mean? But what bothers me with this whole thing is that you check in, and then somehow, some way, because it's a certain pattern, it's a certain way, and then now it's a count. It's like, well, you did this at this time 4 times or 5 times, then I'm thinking that you're emotional, you're dealing with some shit, which okay, I wouldn't like disagree with, but or B, you're trying to you're trying to get a booty call, and then I'm like, I listened to this and I'm like, okay, but we've never reached the point where we actually had a conversation about that, or even like we're like near this. And if I look back at us talking, even me like having a fucking joke about it was met with, whoa, like this can't happen.
Let
you
me
know what I
pause
mean?
you, yeah.
Like, whoa, you know what I mean?
That,
We're not about that. So my attitude is like, look, I don't even care if that's a thing. My thing is, I'm a friend, and I'm actually showing you that I'm a friend.
My thing is to defend you on this point. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We don't get into a habit of naming names on this channel. If you know who we are, good for you.
No, we don't name names.
No, but my thing is that, like, if you know who we are as Alessandra Tryhard and Calling Out Clinic, good for you. If you don't, then, like, good for you. Like, fucking listen and, like, be around Ottawa. You'll figure out who the fuck we are.
That's it.
We don't try to hide, you know? But the reason we don't name names is because if we started doing that, these videos, they'd get taken down because it'd be, like, harassment or some shit.
Exactly.
But my attitude is this. For this specific person that you're talking to, you know, we see this bitch at Columbia Day, right? That's already giving away who the fuck it is. You know what I mean? If you're in our group and you're in our circle. So we see this bitch at Columbia Day. We see this bitch, like, when she's around at Blues Fest and everything like that. We keep running into this girl. And now, exactly like you said, it's platonic.
Yeah,
so these are
your,
but I'm saying these are clinic issues, because when you're doing this shit and you're checking into platonic girls.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That, you know what I mean? You're trying to have a friendship, and you're actually just invested in the friendship and trying to.
Because I literally care. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So myself as Tryhard, when I'm fucking checking in on a bitch, and perfect example, I got one too. You know what I mean? I start checking in on this girl, I ain't hearing shit. You know what were we? We used to be in an open relationship. We used to be whatever. You know what I mean? We used to work together downtown, all this crap.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I start checking into this bitch. We both live downtown. I think like a few streets from each other. And then all of a sudden, what happens? I'm checking in, nothing. Ghost. And then I see this girl 2 days in a row. I'm not even trying to see this girl. Because she gets a job. She gets a job at the mall near me. She fucking like is just around and she's out and about. I see this girl literally 2 days in a row, and then it's made a third day in a week when I show up at a party and she's there, right? And then it's ice. It's ice, and it's all this shit, and it's whatever. And I'm like, all I'm saying is like, look, right? We had an open relationship. It was a fire relationship when it was. But like I keep telling you guys, when I'm checking in on you, I'm not trying to sugarcoat it and be like, oh, well, I'm just checking in to check in, because that's a lie, right? I'm checking in because I'm remembering, okay, the sex we had was top 3 sex. I don't give a shit. Like, straight. Sex we had was top 3, top 5. I'm going to put it in top 3.
First ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah, first ballot Hall of Fame sex we had. You're gonna lie to yourself and say it wasn't that way for you. You're lying to the viewers. You're not lying to me. I know what I did in there.
I saw the eyes rolling.
I put the work in. Exactly. That's why I'm like, yo, look. You want to pull the ghost? You want to pull this? You want to pull the messenger where it's like, yo, I'm gonna have to send 3 messages to get 1 response. And again, that's why I'm saying it gets misconstrued as I come off thirsty. I'm not thirsty. Like, I don't need you, right? I'm checking in on you because I'm checking in on you, right? My reason is because I'm trying to fuck. Your reason is because you just have a platonic friend and you're trying to be a good friend, right? Absolutely, yeah. And I'm saying that's the difference, and I accept that difference. But I'm just saying, like, straight up, like, you check in for whatever reason you are, but don't misconstrue it in any case, bitches, and say to yourself, like, oh, I'm checking in because I'm thirsty. Because I'm not.
I'm totally not. And then and that's what kills me too, is that ultimately, you know, I had this. It's not really an argument, but I had this discussion with my ex, and I'm like, okay, well, look, you're here, right? You reached out to me, right? You were dealing with some stuff. Me, I was good, in the sense that I'm in a better place now. You know, your boy's been lifting the weights, you know, like looking swole as shit. But like, I'm joking, but it's like I've been good, you know. And at the end of the day, I've learned that okay, you know, I can meet people, I can meet girls, I can, you know, and if I talk to them long enough, shit happens. So it's like I don't understand where someone puts themselves in a position where stuff could happen, but then they want to screw themselves over by saying, well, the only reason I'm here is, you know, like, you're just happy that you could get laid. And I'm like, but I don't need you here. Like, I'm like taking the time to talk to you, right? I'm taking hour, 2 hours. I'm even working out at times. And I have to put my Bluetooth headphones on to make sure that I can still do the shit and then talk to you. And then you think that it's on some like I'm trying to get laid shit?
Yeah.
Really? Look, if I'm trying to get laid, you know, like really, if a guy like didn't care, I would have been like, okay, cool. You come in, okay, my stole game is good for an hour and a half. Once the hour and a half is over, you get the fuck out.
Yeah.
I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to care about your day. I don't give a fuck of anything. But I'm doing past that. I'm like, okay, here's what you need to do. Oh, you want to work out? Here's what you need to do. Oh, you have a bad day. What happened? This is how you fix it. And then I give you the fucking dick on top of that. But then now you want to flip that to, I'm just happy that I'm getting laid. Are you fucking serious?
My thing is this, like the crux of like the conversation that like I'm trying to get across in both our points is that at the end of the day, right, the argument that's being received back is that we're thirsty, right?
Yeah.
And by definition, thirsty is I can't get you or I can't get shit of my own, so I'm hitting up everything. That's when the guy is like quote unquote thirsty because he hits up 100 chicks on POF with the same message and says this, trying to get a date or trying to do this.
Yeah.
But like, my big thing is this. People, and this is going to come up in the comment section, this is going to come up wherever, or it's going to come up in your mind when you're listening to this video and you're like, oh, it's not me. I don't fall into that category. There's a difference between thirst and there's a difference in game, right?
Yeah.
There's also a difference in new conquest versus old.
Of course.
And what you're trying to go back and forth to. Like, that's what I think is lost on people through this video.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you don't understand the parameters of who you're dealing with, then I understand it being misconstrued, right? Obviously, there's not some new bitch who's going to be like, yo, this guy hit me up 3 times. I haven't fucked him, so he's thirsty. Alright, okay, I can understand that.
Yeah.
But like you hitting up a good friend, that it's been a platonic friendship, and her thinking, hey, you know what? He's thirsty because he hit me up, and he's always hitting me up around 2 a.m. It's like, no, I'm just driving through Gatineau. That was what I told you last time you accused me of this shit. I'm just driving through Gatineau. I'm passing by your house, and I'm saying, yo, what's good? Because
you good.
I don't know if you're down to grab food because. The one time you told me you were down to grab food, now I'm assuming you're always down to grab food, and now I'm thirsty because I'm assuming that, right?
Yeah.
So that's my beef with this. Again, I'm saying you and I are in 2 different categories for this conversation because in my example, I've got an ex that I used to fuck, and literally, I'm sitting there and I'm checking in because I'm down to fuck, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Whereas in your example, you're checking in because you're just checking in on the girl.
Absolutely. But yeah, but to wrap this up, it's like at the end of the day, like I don't want my attitudes, you know, towards people to be misconstrued into like, oh well, you're thirsty, this, that, and the third. Like I'll be the first one to tell you right now, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like I have enough mental ability to be like, okay, yo, like even if no one wants to like bang, even if no one's like, okay, you know what, like you calling out, you know, you be talking all this shit. We don't want to fuck with you. I'm good. Because for a long time, I don't know if you said that in like previous videos, but for a long time, I was on the sidelines. I was the guy that was like, yo, I just want a girlfriend. I just want this. I just want that. I was the sidelines watching, right? I was there being like listening to the same like bullshit lines like, oh, well, you know, I wish this guy was like you. I wish this, that. And then a switch flipped, and I'm like, okay, well, wait, like you're literally saying to me that you rather have a copy of me than having me.
So my thing is this: I'm gonna pause you only because this is getting into a video we've already done, and if you haven't watched it, check it out.
Yeah,
it's called Adapt or Die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is this: we've done that. We've adapted, right? We've evolved.
Exactly.
Our game has evolved. Everything's evolved.
Yeah.
If you aren't gonna watch Adapt or Die, like this, the cliff notes are this: like, you know, nice guys finish last, and eventually you either live long enough to see yourself as the nice guy become the asshole, or you die the asshole.
Exactly.
And you don't change.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
those are the cliff notes.
Yeah.
But my thing is this: also go watch all I Want Is W's, because it's the same precedent.
It's the same.
You know, my thing
principle,
is cliff notes for this one. Like, just to sum it all up, is at the end of the day, if I'm checking in on you, there's reasons why I'm checking in on you. Right? There's another video called Reasons. Check that out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's
there's reasons I'm checking in on you. If you want to go back even as far as the pilot and be like, yo, the only reason I'm hitting on my ex is because I'm trying to fuck. It's true. If I send you a text message right now to check in on you, I'm trying to fuck you. Right? Mm-hmm. So in the example I gave, that was an ex. Yeah, open relationship, not friend with benefits, not, doesn't matter.
No,
look,
absolutely.
Right now, I got smart exes, I got dumb exes. Doesn't matter who the fuck they are. But I'm saying, if they get a message from me, they know why I'm messaging.
No, there's a reason. But, like, my point, the only reason I was pointing this shit out is because I'm like, ultimately, it makes no sense for people to be like, oh, well, you're still doing that only to get laid. Like, I'm past that level. Like, I'm in a deeper level where I'm just like, look.
Get on our level.
Like, you know what I mean? No, just literally get on my level. Like, it's not a bragging thing. It's like, look, I've passed that level because I've been in the sidelights for so long that now I'm just like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? So I'm thirsty for trying to, like, please you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So my thing is this.
Come on.
At the end of the day, we are Alexander Tryhard
and the Corner Clinic. My phone's dying.
The phone's dying, y'all. They don't want us to record anymore. But we love you guys. We love all the support. You know, keep watching the videos. Subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video too. That helps us a lot. And we out.
We out. Peace.